The 18th hole. The crowd is dead silent. Every eye in the stadium, every camera in the world, focused on one person, one shot, one moment that could change everything. The pressure, suffocating ***, the stakes, higher than they've ever been. And standing over that ball, with the weight of the entire golfing world on her shoulders, is the 24-year-old phenomenon who's already rewritten the record books. But what happened next? Nobody could have predicted it. Not the commentators, not the veterans, not even the legends watching from the sidelines. Jeeno Thitikul, ***, the name that's been dominating headlines. Breaking barriers and making the impossible look routine. World number 1. The youngest player to achieve what others spend entire careers chasing. But this final round wasn't just about maintaining a position. This was different. This was personal. This was a test of everything she'd trained for, everything she'd sacrificed, everything that made her who she is. The weather was turning. Dark clouds rolled in like a warning. The wind picked up, whispering through the trees, making every shot a gamble. Asterisk, her competitors. Hungry, talented, ready to pounce on any mistake. The course? Unforgiving, brutal, designed to break even the strongest minds. And somewhere in that chaos, in that perfect storm of pressure and possibility, something extraordinary was about to unfold. What you're about to witness isn't just a final round. It's a masterclass in composure, a demonstration of raw talent meeting unshakable determination. There were moments that made professionals gasp, shots that defied physics, decisions that seemed insane until they weren't, ***, and a twist at the end that left everyone speechless. So buckle up, because this story has everything: drama, brilliance, heartbreak, and a finish that you simply have to see to believe. Before we dive into the most incredible final round you'll ever witness, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button right now. You don't want to miss moments like these. Trust me, what's coming next will blow your mind, and we bring you these insane sports stories every single week. So subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let's get into this absolute madness. Let's rewind to the morning of the final round. Jeeno Thitikul woke up as the world number 1, but that ranking meant nothing anymore. In golf, your past achievements don't protect you from the present moment. Every tournament is a clean slate, and this one had attracted the fiercest competition imaginable. The leaderboard was packed with major champions, Hall of Fame talents, and hungry young players desperate to dethrone the queen. The tournament had been building to this moment for 3 days. Thitikul had played solid golf, nothing spectacular, just consistently excellent, the kind of performance that separates champions from contenders. She was sitting in second place, just 2 strokes behind the leader, veteran player known for ice-cold nerves and a killer instinct. Between them, a group of 5 other players, all within 4 strokes, all capable of winning on any given day. The broadcast started, and you could feel the electricity through the screen. Commentators were calling it one of the most competitive final rounds in recent memory. Weather forecasts warned of challenging conditions. Wind speeds were increasing. The pressure was mounting. And Jeeno? She stepped onto that first tee with the same calm expression she always wears. But if you looked closely, you could see it, that fire in her eyes. That determination that's carried her from a small town in Thailand to the absolute pinnacle of women's golf. The first hole was routine. Par, solid start, nothing flashy. The second hole, another par. Professionals watching started analyzing her strategy. She was playing conservative, protecting her position, waiting for opportunities rather than forcing them. Smart golf. Championship golf. But then the third hole happened, and everything changed. A par 5 reachable in 2 for the longest hitters. Thitikul crushed her drive, absolutely demolished it, sending the ball soaring down the fairway with that powerful, graceful swing that's become her signature. She had 215 yards to the green, and here's where it got interesting. The safe play? Layup. Take your birdie chance with a wedge. The aggressive play? Go for it, but risk everything. The wind was swirling, the green was surrounded by water on 3 sides, and one miscalculation meant disaster. Asterisk. She pulled out her 3-wood. The crowd murmured. Her caddy nodded. And she swung with absolute conviction. The ball launched like a rocket, cutting through the wind, carrying over the water, landing on the green and rolling to within 15 feet of the pin. Birdie opportunity. The crowd erupted. That's when everyone realized Jeeno hadn't come to play it safe. She'd come to make a statement. Asterisk. But golf is cruel. Golf doesn't care about your talent or your confidence. The 4th hole was a nightmare. A tough par 3, playing longer than usual because of the wind. Thitikul's tee shot caught a gust, drifted right, found the bunker. Bad news. She came out strong, but the ball rolled 10 feet past the hole. 2 putts later, she'd made bogey. Just like that, her momentum vanished. The leaders were pulling away. Asterisk. Here's what separates champions from everyone else. How they respond to adversity. Lesser players would have spiraled. The mental pressure of blowing a crucial hole in a final round has destroyed countless careers. But Thitikul, she walked to the 5th tee like nothing had happened. Zero emotion. Total focus. And then she proceeded to birdie 3 of the next 4 holes with some of the most incredible golf you'll ever see. Asterisk. The 7th hole birdie was poetry. A downhill putt with 3 feet of break. The kind of putt that can humiliate you on national television. She read it perfectly, struck it with confidence, and watched it curl into the cup like it was on rails. The crowd went absolutely insane. Suddenly, she wasn't just in contention anymore. She was leading the tournament. Asterisk. But remember what I said about golf being cruel? The back 9 was waiting, and the back 9 is where championships are won and lost. The pressure multiplies. Every shot matters exponentially more. Your competitors are making their moves. The weather was deteriorating. Wind gusts were hitting 20 miles per hour. Dark clouds were rolling in faster than anticipated. And Jeeno Thitikul was about to face the most challenging stretch of golf in her young career. The 10th hole was brutal. Everyone in the top 5 made bogey or worse. Thitikul hit a perfect drive, a perfect approach, and then 3-putted from 30 feet. Bogey. The lead evaporated. Suddenly 5 players were tied at the top. Pure chaos. The leaderboard was changing every hole, and nobody could gain separation. This wasn't just golf anymore. This was psychological warfare. A test of who could handle the pressure when everything was on the line. Asterisk holes 11 through 14 were a blur of incredible shots and cruel breaks. Thitikul birdied 12 with an approach shot that nearly went in for eagle. She bogeyed 13 when her ball found the only divot in the entire fairway. Golf is random, golf is unfair, and golf rewards those who can stay composed when chaos reigns. And through it all, Jeeno never flinched, never showed frustration, never let the moment become bigger than her ability to handle it. Asterisk. Then came the 15th hole, and this is where things got absolutely insane. A short par 4, drivable for the longest hitters, but protected by bunkers and water. Risk-reward at its finest. Thitikul was 1 stroke behind the leader, with 4 holes to play. She needed to make a move. The safe play was obvious: iron off the tee, wedge to the green, make birdie, stay in contention. But Jeeno isn't world number 1 because she plays it safe when it matters most. Asterisk. She pulled out driver. The crowd gasped. Her playing partners looked surprised. Even the commentators questioned the decision. And then she absolutely striped it, threading the needle between bunkers, clearing the water, her ball landing on the front of the green and rolling to within 12 feet of the hole. Eagle putt. From 12 feet. With everything on the line, entire tournament watching. The pressure was suffocating. Asterisk. She stood over that putt for what felt like an eternity. Reading it from every angle, visualizing the line, and then she struck it with pure confidence. The ball rolled true, tracking toward the hole, everyone holding their breath, and it dropped. Giggle. The crowd exploded like a bomb went off. Thitikul allowed herself the smallest smile, a quick fist pump. And suddenly, she wasn't trailing anymore. She was leading by 1. Asterisk. But this story isn't over. Not even close. Because the 16th hole was waiting, and the 16th hole had been destroying players all week. A long par 3, playing into the wind, over water, to a green that was firm and fast and unforgiving. Thitikul hit what looked like a perfect shot, but the wind grabbed it at the last second, pushing it right, and the ball splashed into the water. Penalty stroke, disaster. Just when she'd seized control, just when momentum was hers, golf reminded her who's really in charge. Asterisk, she dropped, hit her third shot to 20 feet, and faced a putt just to make bogey. Make it, stay tied for the lead. Miss it, fall behind with 2 holes to play. The pressure was unbearable, and you know what? She drained it, center of the cup. Bogey felt like a birdie. She'd limited the damage, stayed in the fight, and now it was a sprint to the finish. Asterisk 17th hole, she made par. Solid, professional, exactly what was needed. And suddenly, we arrived at the 18th hole, where this entire story began. Thitikul was tied for the lead with one other player. Everything came down to this: 420 yards of pure pressure. The finishing hole. Legacy-defining moments happen here. Asterisk, her drive was perfect. Split the fairway, left herself. 150 yards to a pin tucked behind a bunker. The smart play was middle of the green, 2-putt par, force a playoff. But here's what you need to understand about Jeeno Thitikul. She doesn't play for playoffs. She plays to win. She aimed straight at the flag, hit a soaring 9-iron that landed soft, released toward the hole, and stopped 8 feet away. 8 feet for birdie. 8 feet for the championship. 8 feet to prove she's not just world number 1, she's the absolute best in the world when it matters most. Asterisk, the other contender, made par. Now it was all on Jeeno's shoulders. Make this putt. Win the tournament. Miss it, playoff. She walked onto the green. The crowd silent, thousands of eyes watching, millions more on television. And she looked completely calm, like this was just another practice round. Like the pressure didn't exist. Asterisk, she read the putt. She took her stance. She made her stroke. And the ball rolled true. Perfect speed. Perfect line. Dropping into the cup for birdie. Championship victory. Confirmation. Jeeno Thitikul had delivered under maximum pressure, brutal conditions, against the best players in the world. World number 1 wasn't just a ranking anymore, it was a statement proven with action. Asterisk, the celebration was pure joy. Her caddy lifted her off the ground. Her family rushed onto the green. The crowd gave her a standing ovation that lasted minutes. And somewhere in that moment, another chapter of golf history was written, not just because she won, but because of how she won with courage, skill, composure, and that special quality that only true champions possess. Asterisk, this is why we love sports. This is why we watch. Because moments like these remind us what's possible when talent meets preparation, meets opportunity, meets absolute fearlessness. Jeeno Thitikul didn't just win a tournament. She showed the world exactly why she's the best. Why she continued to be the best, and why her story is just beginning. What a round. What a finish. What an absolute legend in the making.